that are available that we can ship to you tomorrow morning. If there's something you would like to take a look at, shout it out. We'll come back and look at it. Cigarette pouches, sand socks, roll up dump pouches, 9 bottle pouches, jet boils over there, 1 quarts and 2 quarts. These are all Rallyman mag pouches that are available to ship. Cell phone pouches, large cell phone pouches, small cell phone, small radio, CQB mag pouches, and on. Zipper knife pouches available, ready to go out. Knife, watch, roll-ups, injectable pouches, cigar cases, flat packs down there, hydro carriers, butt packs, pocket organizers, bifold tool carriers. We just did some mini packs in Woodland. We do have a few different day packs still available in gray and multi-cam black red also. Tool pods, toiletry bags, large tool bags, boot bags. These are all mesh pockets. Kevin, thanks for the order. Woodland stack mag pouches, I don't. Todd John, what's up? Free, hello. Is chef hat discontinued? Yeah, I'm taking those offline. Bob, what's up? William, what's up? Matt, how are you? William Pinney, what's up? Dean Conrad, Seaside, what's going on, guys? Clever, how are you? How's everybody's weekend? Glenn, what's up? Thomas, what's going on? Tonight's tech sucked you in. Do we have M cabs? I do not have any M cabs right now, James. What color would you like? Hamster, what's up? Lots of crazy stuff comes out about Blackstone shooting in New York City. I've been hearing a bunch of it. The head person that was shot was a female. I didn't hear that originally either. So, Steve, what have you heard about it? About to blast a wasp with what? Yeah, weekend was good, Kiri. That snake finally showed up. We've got that 16-foot retic here. Columbia, South Carolina, Charlotte to Mills River. Ordered a kit bag this morning. Nice, thanks for the order. What color did you order, Carl? Some Delta dust. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Delta dust is. Woodland, right on. We should be able to ship that tomorrow. Well, if you used a code, it won't ship tomorrow morning. If you ordered it straight, it'll ship tomorrow morning. Ran over your phone with that sucks, man. I had mine sitting on the hood of a Razor and went around the building, and it had fallen off at some point, and I ran over it. Took me about an hour to realize what had happened. I've been looking for it for about an hour, and I crushed it and destroyed it. And it took almost 2 weeks to get that fucking thing, to get another one. We went to Verizon, and they laughed at me when I walked in and said, hey, I need another phone. They're like, just order it online. So I did it. I was without a phone for 2 weeks. Pony Girl, Las Vegas, what's up? Ice Mike, what's going on? Delta dust is for killing the wasp. But what is it? Like, what is Delta dust? We use Hot Shot, which has like chrysanthemums. It melts their skeletons, their exoskeleton. Have you been to Jackson since that guy from here killed those 4 people? I don't know if I have or not, but I wouldn't be at all concerned with it. Like the last thing that dude's going to do, like those were all his relatives that he murdered. I don't know if you're aware of that. He had just gotten out of prison, had been in and out of prison several times, I guess. Had done like 13 years, like just did a big sentence, got out, and all four of those people that he killed were his relatives. And as far as them looking for him, I don't know. I have no idea. I did see a NOTAR helicopter yesterday. I was sitting at a gas station and the truck was filling up, and I noticed a NOTAR bird. And our life flight helicopters are not, they have tail rotors. So I thought maybe it was a helicopter like maybe from Vanderbilt picking somebody up to transfer. And I noticed that he circled and banked like a life flight helicopter would not do. He flew a couple circles pretty fast and at a pretty hard angle. So I don't know who that was flying, but that was here in Camden. I am sure that that dude is not here in Camden.
We were in Jackson yesterday.
Yeah, we were in Jackson yesterday. We've never seen anybody searching. Apparently they found the car there. So I don't know. SIG 365. No, SIG's the only problem with SIG was that one SIG. And that was actually not built by SIG, right? And the SIG you think of right now is not SIG Sauer, not the same company that made the 220 and 226s and stuff. Stuck on the 40 Friday evening. But that had nothing to do with that guy being searched for. Or did it? Because coming back, like they have traffic all the time in the evening there from all that road work they're doing. It's the predatory, the response on from one company only. I don't know what you're talking about there. SIG, I take it. Vandy Life Flight uses Eurocopters, not Airbus, and they sound like a TIE fighter. Huh. Yeah, this was like a red, white, and blue helicopter, I think. Camden have any tunnels or train yards where freight gets parked? Not to my knowledge. There is a big train yard probably 20 minutes from here, like in Brewston or Huntington, that had like old school turntable there, and you had an old school train station. That's all been demoed. There is some big freight yards in and out of there. And then there's some trains that sometimes stop and get off and do timeouts and stuff in New Johnsonville over here. But no, we don't have a big train presence like Nashville does. My phone didn't either, but I wouldn't have heard it over the mower. Me being stuck on 40 was an accident, yeah. Crushed my phone screen when it fell out of my pocket. Took it to Verizon, had me pay $120 and overnighted me a new phone. So that's good. That's awesome.
That's an insurance claim.
Yeah. Well, I have insurance on all mine, but it didn't fucking do shit. I just ordered a Pelican case for my phone. I've got glass on it, and then Cody just got a Pelican case the other day, so I just ordered one. I like the way that looks. I've just got these thin cases, but they turn brown. Like this was clear, and now it's super brown, and they just kind of get nasty. I guess you have to look at them as kind of a consumable. You just replace them over time.
It was only like $15.
This one?
Yeah.
So yeah, AT&T's the last motherfucking thing I'm doing here. Always use life-proof case. Near Area 51 a lot. A lot of fires here the past 2 weeks. Grand Canyon on fire. Like what's to fucking burn out there? How much could it possibly be on fire? Saw your first diamondback water snake. Cool. Wife screamed and ran off. I had a diamondback water snake as a kid. I think I paid $15 for a pet shop. Jet skiing, Bob, right on. If I'm just learning to sew Cordura, what is a sewing machine I can learn on? Apparently you're not learning to sew Cordura if you're asking this question. How much Cordura are you going to be sewing? That's the real question, right? Because that's going to dictate what answer I give you. Do you have a lot of projects started? Like, do you have vehicles sitting around that you were going to rebuild that you haven't finished? Have you bought a bunch of tools for projects that you haven't done? Like, who are you? That's what's going to dictate the answer that I give you on the sewing machine. You can spend $1,200 and get a sewing machine. You can spend, $5,000 and get a sewing machine. You can get a heavy duty machine that Walmart sells. I think Singer makes them or somebody. They're the gray ones. They're still plastic though. You'll see guys, and learning to sew on a home machine is not like learning to drive. It's not like learning to sew on a commercial sewing machine. They're not the same thing. That's like you driving an automatic car with an automatic transmission and thinking you're going to jump in a semi truck. It's not the same thing. Wife and I finally getting a Harvest Right freeze dryer. Very good garden this year. Nice. Chase Kelly, right on. I have a Harvest Right affiliate link. If you click my link, that gives us a few points on your order. If you would go through our link, which is on the website. Best friend watched Lonesome Dove, and he's scared of snakes ever since. I don't remember snakes in Lonesome Dove. I don't recall ever watching Lonesome Dove. Wasn't that Ricky Schroeder in that? I remember when it was on TV, like once a week, but I don't think that I've ever watched it. Have one of those gray Singers. It barely makes it through 4 layers of cordura. Yeah, and 500 cordura is very light compared to 1,000. Love the rant videos. Wish the trades had someone like you. They probably do. You just haven't found them. Did the dude asking about the sewing machine ever answer my question? I didn't see it in here. Harold Perito, look at the sale right. Why would you buy a sale right? Like if we're gonna really sew this shit, why are you gonna buy a sale right when for about the same amount of money you can buy a real fucking sewing machine? I get the sale right thing, but you guys saying sale right are giving fucking bad information. Will it sew? Yes, it will. Are you gonna build what I build? Fuck no, you're not gonna build what I built. Not on a sale right sewing machine, you're not. It's fucking underpowered, it's undersized, everything about it. I know you.
Manual?
No, it's not manual. It's an electric machine, but it's not a fucking Consew 206. It's not a 215. It's not something bigger. It's got, you motherfuckers have like this cult little following when you squeal sale right for the same fucking price. Yeah, that you can totally learn on it. But why did you get that machine over just buying a real fucking machine? Because you're working in a corner of your bathroom in your fucking apartment? That's what I'm saying. The Juki, you can get a Juki and a Consew. You can get a real motherfucking machine that I have fucking this whole shop is full of. If fucking Sailrite was better, I'd fucking use Sailrite. I'm sure Sailrite would give us all kinds of love over Consew and Juki. I understand why you got it, Josh. I'm not talking about you. And the truth is, I don't give a shit what you guys buy it. You asked me. You got a Juki. What kind of Juki did you get? Where'd you get it from? TV show Lonesome Dove had a scene where a dude gets eat up by water moccasins. I watched a movie where they were in Africa and her son was keeping snakes in cages, and he had some venomous ones and got bit, and by the time they got him to the hospital, he had died. I don't remember what movie that is. Yeah, Facebook Market. That's the place to get them. I mean, the real answer is get the machine you can get. Get the machine you can get. I would say 75% of people that buy a sewing machine are never going to fucking sew on it anyways. They just think they are. And I would say that probably over half of the machines on Marketplace are people that, like the guys asking, hey, what machine should I get? They went and bought this thing, sewed on it once or twice, they weren't really good at it because they didn't put the time in it, and then it just gets sold on the fucking Marketplace. Yeah, I got that 16-foot retic, Paul. I do have it. It's an albino 16-foot. Most people, when they say they have a 15-foot snake or 16-foot snake, they don't. They have no idea. When you get a snake that's 10 feet long, every 2 feet past that, that snake exponentially becomes a much larger animal. It doesn't look like it's just 2 feet longer. It is a much bigger animal. Snake Island off coast. Yeah, there's several Snake Islands. There are, yeah. Home Depot houseplant. What have you sown so far? How long have you had your machine? Guys, there's 72 of you online. There's 49 thumbs up. Half of those people that gave a thumbs up are not on the video any longer. They come on the beginning just to see what gear's available. What I'm saying is hit that thumbs up for us. Double tap your screen on most devices. That'll do that. What the fuck is Snake Island? It's an island full of snakes. There are many of them all around the United States. The locals name them Snake Island. A lot of people do not know what they have on Marketplace. San Antonio has a lot of used machines. Yeah, you see that everywhere. Women selling off their ex-husband's shit, or people die and then their kids are selling off their shit. They have no idea what a lot of it is. That's what we call good deals. And then again, you have people that think they have know what they have, or they in fact do know what they have, but the market is no longer there for it. There's a plant called a monstera. You guys know what that is? It's a typical little house plant. The leaves have all these cutouts in them. There's a couple different kinds of them. They have like white and green leaves. Some are solid green. Some are like dark waxy green. But there's these big monstera plants. There's a lady local here selling one for 150 bucks. And they're about 35, 40 bucks at Walmart or Lowe's. Or Lowe's or Home Depot. And that's what I told Amanda tonight. I go, we in theory could buy 50 of these things, water them, move them inside during the winter, grow them up to 5 feet tall and sell them for 150 bucks. However, this lady hasn't sold hers for 150 bucks. So is there really a market for that plant that big? Because most house plants that are sold, they die within the first 90 days anyway. It's like nobody fucking waters a plant and keeps it alive for years. Most people don't water pets and keep them alive for years. Most animals that go into the pet trade die. That's a fact. That's why there's still a pet trade. Down here we all have Beer Can Island. A lot of people do not know what they have on Marketplace. Yeah, so that's the deal. So is there a market? People know what they have. It's only worth that price if somebody's willing to exchange cash, right? It might be worth that price, but you have to find that fucking person who knows the value of that thing. You plan to keep those. What do I plan to keep, Jake? I don't know what your snakes I hatched. I don't know if I'll keep them or not. Garden is worth it when I get a meal. Yeah, I have meal sitting all over the fucking garden. I was watering it tonight. I'm about to pull out a bunch of stuff which will immediately go back to seed. Yeah, most pets die. Most pets die. Most pets bought from the pet shop fucking die. That's why you don't see. Think about it. The emus are doing great. They're both about equal size now. They were out all day long running around. Think about like snakes, right? How many boa constrictors were sold in the last 30 years? Like, remember going to pet shops and seeing all these snakes and stuff. You don't see a ton of people getting rid of huge snakes. It's because those snakes never got big. They fucking died. I have no tactical background, Anders. You should not listen to me. You should not watch me. You should not buy any of my product. I wrecked a bunch of gear from years in infantry, and especially when you were in Syria. What machine should I get just for some repairs? You're not going to. That's the real answer. You're just not going to. And that's a bullshit question, right? Because if you wanted it repaired, you'd already have it repaired. Like, when were you in Syria? Like, which time? Most of the times we were in Syria, we were not supposed to have been in Syria, which means you were there under a special operation capacity, which means you have some dude in your unit that you call a rigger, and he would have already repaired your shit, or you'd already have the answer. The real answer is, just like I told the guy 15 minutes ago, do you have a lot of projects sitting around? You're not going to buy a home machine and repair gear. You're going to buy a Conso 206 or something like that. You're going to pay about $1,200. Are you really going to spend $1,200? And then, you know, a cone of thread is about $30. You need 2 of them. Your bobbins, your bobbin carriers, and all your consumables. Are you really going to spend $2,000 to just, you know, repair some gear? What you mean is, hey, I want to start a company and dabble in this and see if I like it. Can you do that for $500? No, you really can't. It's not the same thing. It's like, just because you can drive a car, you get in your Chevy or Ford truck and you put it in drive, you have a driver's license and you can drive a vehicle. That dude who's never been in an 18-wheeler, you're not going to get in there and just drive that 18-wheeler. And it's kind of the same. The real answer is spend $1,200, find a compound walking foot on Marketplace, buy that, and get you some material and start sewing. Cordura that we use, you're not going to buy a roll of it. A roll is 55, 65, 75 yards, and I pay $15 to $20 a yard. When you buy single yardage, you're going to pay $15 to $30, $40 a yard to get a single yard of Cordura. So that's the real answer. There's a lot of variables to it. Hey, Anders, Josh is a personal friend of mine. He was my chef here for 4 years. I actually know that dude, so I don't know what you're saying to him. But you should probably fuck off and just go somewhere else. Can your slim H-harness fit Black Hawk? No, it probably won't lock up. We use 1.5 buckles on all of our shoulder straps just because they're more stable. Go fuck myself. Hey, Anders, you're gone. The beauty of this is you still see my shit and you're still posting, but you're gone. Like, you're dead to us. You no longer fucking exist. Go make another fake account. San Diego Zoo has a massive boa constrictor. Yeah, they used to have the San Diego Zoo had the biggest mangrove snake I've ever seen. If you've never seen one, they're rear-fanged, semi-venomous. I've had a few of them over the years. They're beautiful, like just the blackish, shiny black you can get with the brightest yellow, like they're semi-bands. You really should look them up. San Diego Zoo had a mangrove snake that had a head the size of my fucking hand. It was just enormous. Their reptile house used to be square, and then they had a couple that were like tunnels. And on 2 of the corners, they had massive enclosures, and they had a huge boa. I know they had a Burmese python, and they've had anacondas in there at different times. Green Mountain. Yeah, there's some neat looking vipers, man. And it's weird to see people, I don't know if their mouths just don't open enough to bite them or what, but there's a lot of video of people holding baby, you know, tree vipers and stuff. There's also a lot of people that get envenomated. Sanders. What was his deal? Like, I was just being, what's my tactical background? Like, I fucking gave him the truth. I don't have a tactical background. You probably shouldn't buy my shit. Genuinely answering. Dexter Ryan, I didn't ever see a reply from you. Maybe you did. I'm just missing it here. It's a trip when people ask me a question and I give them a long worded genuine answer and then they just don't fucking say anything. Anders forces milk before his cereal. What made me look into starting my business? I'm not a good person to ask, man. I've had my own business for 35 years. I had no choice but to start my own business. I'm a terrible employee. We bought and moved hay today. Not a lot, but got chores done. Oh, Glenn said that. I thought Scott said that. I'm like, why the fuck are you buying hay, Scott? Wife got her pouch. She loved. Right on, Paul. What was it? Found a small 16-inch grass snake in the bales. That's cool. That's cool. just moved into our rental house, so maybe this year. You're gonna have a baby? You should have a couple of them. Like if you're gonna, she should be a true trad wife. Like she should be pregnant every 9 months. Maybe give her a couple months off every 12 months. I don't want to start a company. I just have a bunch of years worth of gear. I would definitely spend $2,000 on a machine. Well, then you might as well fucking start a company because that's a lot of money. But yeah, look at walking foot. You're looking for a compound walking foot. Look up Conso 206. You're gonna be about $1,200 nowadays. Syrian 21, right on. Found about 6 or 7 snakes in our hay storage yesterday. Garters and northern waters. Purple injection pouch. Cool, Paul. Right on. I don't know why that took so long to get to you. I don't know why it took us so long to get that to you. Got my wife a Typhon Royal Blue Fupa. Nice. Do you have that already or you ordered that, Kevin? Have we made that? Just got the last few pieces needed for your junk. What are you missing? What are you lacking right now? They're fucking nice, man. Have you got it all set up? Just got done with field exercise, upcoming deployment, NSW or Mod Frog. So the Mod Frog is a fucking big rig. You can do almost all that you would do in the NSW that a Mod Frog would do. The Mod Frog is way taller, but that NSW having internal mags, you can still put more mags if you want more than 6 mags on the rig. And if you get the one with the boxes, you can put 6 mags in there or 2 quarts or anything else. That's not the mod though. Sent me a belt when I was in country. Got to me fast as fuck. Nice. So I appreciate that. Right on, dude. Dexter. Conso 206 is what we use. Every company makes an equivalent of that. What you're really looking for is walking foot. Most people on Marketplace don't say, if you look up walking foot, you won't find as many machines. A lot of people that just list it as sewing machine call it, like they don't know that it's a walking foot. They don't put that in their listing for some reason. Collier Sewing out of Alabama. He will sell you a machine and ship it straight to you. It's a couple $100 to ship it. That machine is going to be completely gone through. Like he is the biggest dude around. There used to be a lot of sewing companies around that did a lot of sewing machines. They've all gone out of business. Collier is like one of the last left. Polyester. I don't know why you would use polyester over nylon. I really don't know. 8 mag stacked is your favorite. That's a nice rig too. That's a real nice rig. I've got a couple over here, I think. Kevin, you got it right on. Do I fix my own machines? We fix most of the stuff in-house. We have a dude, luckily, thank God, we have a dude who has family here in this town, and he travels. He'll be in Texas one day, he'll be in Florida another day, and anytime he's coming home, he hits me up. Hey, do you have any machines down? Carhartt actually hires him too. We have a Carhartt here in town, and he fixes their machines also. Most of the big sewing companies, when a company calls and asks for a dude, they send one of these couple guys. It's a dying breed, man. My guy gets billed out at $3,000 a day just to show up, the guy we use. Luckily though, for guys who are just buying a machine, like buying, a couple machines, if you get on YouTube, every problem you can think of, there's a video now on YouTube on how to fix it yourself. Just ordered 8 mag stack. What'd you order, David? What color? Got more fields to cut tomorrow. XL Fupa is my go-to on tractor. Chase, I assume, so you're cutting with a bush hog. I use a 0-turn mower, and I am fucking head to toe covered in grass clippings. I'm like just in a fog of grass clippings. My phone is full of grass clippings. Everything on me. My socks, I have to take my socks and put a lawn blower in them to blow all of the dust and grass clippings. When you clip on a bush hog, when you're bush hogging, are you on an open machine or a closed machine? Do you get grass all over you like when you mow grass? You love your Juki. Yeah, man, I've got some Nakajimas that I love. If you watch any of my full build videos, the last probably 30 or 40 full build videos we've done have been on Nakajimas. I have 2 Nakajimas. I'll buy another one we're setting up well, we have it set up, we just never used it, but I have a video studio in one of the other buildings out here, and that's the machine that'll live out there as a Nakajima. John, if you ship my collapsible Hologan bar, if you ship me a collapsible Hologan bar, could you make me a custom sleeve for the shaft? I found another supplier who makes it, but wasn't. I probably wouldn't, Clever. Man, I'd love to tell you yes. It would sit here forever. The Navy, the ones that, anytime we saw them used for real, the SEALs were just using a piece of PVC pipe, and they would take like isomat and line the inside and then just tape the shit out of it. Anytime we saw guys hooking and climbing or doing anything with a Halligan tool, it was on the side of an Alice pack frame. Like the best breacher packs are still put on Alice pack frames. Just fab up, fucking just put your PVC pipe where you need it to silence it out, put some bedroll inside it, and then just tape the shit out of it to hold it in place. Like there's nothing better than that. We made a breacher pack just like Blackhawk and everybody else did, and it was a big foam padded monstrosity with shoulder straps on it. It held a pair of bolt cutters, Halligan tool, and a sledgehammer, and it fucking sucked compared to everyone that we saw that Force Recon or the SEALs or anybody like they got issued this shit. Nobody used that bullshit. They made their own out of an Alice pack frame. Use zero turn for almost 2 acres around house and barn, plus the range to keep it shorter. Yeah, I got a couple zero turns, but man, I am fucked. Like I cannot get off of a zero turn and get in my truck. I cannot get off of my zero turn and go to dinner. Like I have to fucking have a shower and change clothes. 8 mag stack and another 2 on order. What colors are they? Bush hog and tall grass fields, decent tracker size, so not covered in shit. Nice. Watching tons full build videos. We just filmed one. I noticed that I was doing full build videos and not really talking in them. I just assumed that we'd done so many, anybody watching them already knows how to do what I'm doing. But I went back. There's probably a couple filmed right now that you haven't seen yet because we haven't put them up. But we're doing a 16-inch or a 15-inch laptop bag right now, and we didn't finish it up Friday, so we'll finish it up Wednesday or Friday. But I talked all the way through there again. I went back to, I just thought, man, somebody's probably going to catch one of these new videos who hasn't seen all the old ones. So I'm going back and just putting as much knowledge into them as I can. Doesn't the same parent company own Blackhawk, London Bridge? And so I didn't know they own London. It's ATK bought Blackhawk and Eagle. I didn't know they own London Bridge. I don't know that, Steve. Anybody confirm that? I realized I mowed last night in the dark and then took a shower, did a bunch of stuff here, and then got in bed. And I just, like, my nose was just running. I was just fucking, coughing. And I realized, oh shit, I mowed in the dark. When I'm mowing in the daylight, I'll mow here and then come way over here and mow here, so I'm not passing the same cloud of dust. And I didn't do that last night, and I think that's what got me all fucking allergied up last night. Doesn't the same parent company? I run 2 Rallymans, utility pouch, and radio pouch, 14 mags total. I need a bush hog for or a mower for my skid steer. I can run the skid steer out there when it's super dry. Anytime it's rained, I can't run the skid steer for a few days. It just fucking destroys things. Even with, I have low pressure tracks too, which are a lot wider tracks. With poly versus nylon thread, they say the polyester will flex and bend easier than nylon. Huh. We use nylon. It's always been, it used to be called 69, now everyone calls it 70 for some reason. London Bridge Trading is owned by Servatech Group. Never even heard of them. Do they own LBX also? Broke my heart when I saw tactical tailor tags that said made in Nicaragua. Wasn't aware of that either, man. I have no idea what any of those major big companies are doing. warmed up in here enough that the air came in. Those are 8 mag stack rigs right there in Highlander going. Tiger stripe butt packs. Splatter print day packs. Dual tool totes. Vince, what's up, man? Neighbor has one of those Ryobi mowers. Yeah, the electric ones. Most of those electric mowers have plastic parts in them, though, like plastic spindles and shit. I don't think you can understand how big this snake is right here. It is greatly larger than this one. Well, you can't even see that. Fuck, all you see is the reflections. Yeah, it's a really big pile of snake. That snake's 16 feet. It's about 120 pounds. It took me and Cody both to put her in there, and only because she let us. How many hours of practice does it take a new person on a sewing machine to become proficient in life? Most of them don't. If we take a person that's never, the ones that say they can sew are actually worse. If we take a person, you have to want to do it. And a female learning to sew is very, very different than a guy wanting to sew. A guy comes in here wanting to sew because he's interested in this stuff, right? You're going to do it, and it's going to be more important, and you're going to spend your own time. When a lady comes in here to sew, it's because she's coming in here for the money. And out of 100, we keep maybe 10. Most of them, after a few days or even a month, they go, "Oh, it's not for me." And they're looking for something else. They don't want to do this job. But a guy who can sew is very different, because you're going to go work a job to get the money to be able to build this stuff, and you're going to spend all your spare time. Rather than going and chasing girls or going to the movies or going to the bar with your friends, you're going to be at home with a TV in front of you, listening to whatever, or podcast or whatever, and you're going to spend all of your waking time to become proficient at this stuff. It's very different between a guy and a girl. How big snake got a B to take an X to take out an X? Oh, gotcha. That snake could do it. Found a huge SOE belt on eBay. Cut it to fit my guitar. That's cool. That's really cool. Have a large 10 by 50 set of Steiner binoculars. What bag would you recommend? Bought an SOE butt pack, but yeah, it's a little big. I don't know. I would have to see the binoculars, because 10 by 50 is different from other 10 by 50s, right? I want to say I have some Steiner 10 by 50s. Does yours have the illuminated compass or reticle inside it? Snake skin printed fabric? No, it's available. There's a lot of shit out there that looks reptile skin. Nipex cutters are very lightweight. In your opinion, does Uncle Sam frown upon retailers supplying breaching gear accessories like that online? I don't think so. I don't think so. Feed the X to the pig, pig to the snake, snake to the wood chipper. Time you built a mag pouch on the sewing machine in less than 5 minutes. when the lady said it takes an hour. Oh, that was Cindy. She still works here. She hasn't been working here for a while because her kids are on vacation right now. Yeah, she had to wear a Batman costume for a week after that. That was our bet. Yeah, Big Lou, I don't know, man. Message me on Facebook to my personal account or send an email. Send me a picture and then give me some dimensions and I can recommend something that will fit better. Coyote 2 quarts, we've only made them one time. I thought they got made. Do you have them on order? I really thought we made Coyote 2 quarts, and I don't see any here. Maybe they haven't been finished. I really thought we made some. All right, guys, I'm gonna jump off of here. Everybody have a good evening. We will see you tomorrow night.